Welcome back to Orange Room Cases, where today we discuss the murder of Kelyan Bokassa. But before we begin, if you like true crime, show some support by joining and engaging within our community. So like, share, comment and subscribe to get the videos that you want to see. January 7th, 2025, on an ordinary afternoon in Woolwich, a 14-year-old boy named Kelyan Bokassa boarded a double-decker bus. He was on his way to meet his social worker and what would have been his first day back at school. His future was ahead of him, but within seconds, it became a scene of horror. Kelyan sat quietly at the back of the bus, his school bag beside him. He'd hidden a small kitchen knife in his waistband, a precaution born of awareness of wanting to get home safe. But in the streets, safety is fragile. 20 minutes later, two 16-year-olds entered the bus, concealed machetes, after noticing Kelyan at the back of the bus, and with cold intent, they approached Kelyan. Surveillance footage later captured them smiling as they struck him 27 blows in just 14 seconds. The bus erupted in screams, panic, a life extinguished too soon. Police, paramedics, onlookers, everyone was shaken. They tried to save Kelyan, but he succumbed to the catastrophic injuries, the severed femoral artery, a cruel finality. He died aboard that bus, a young soul whose dream of becoming an artist, a cook, a footballer, was snatched away. Detectives retrieved CCTV, chased leads, located the suspects who had discarded the weapon into the Thames.
On the 7th of January this year, Kelyan boarded a number 472 bus in Woolwich. He'd been at school that morning before returning home at about midday. Just after 2 p.m, he boarded the bus at North Greenwich Station. He was due to attend an appointment at the Youth Justice Centre in Woolwich. Once on the bus, Kelyan went upstairs and took a seat at the back on the upper deck. 20 minutes later, you both boarded that same bus. The CCTV from the bus shows that you were both armed with long machetes secreted about your clothing. Once on the bus, you go straight upstairs and approach Kelyan. The three of you recognise each other. You two take out your machetes and immediately began to attack Kelyan by stabbing him. The CCTV shows clearly that you were smiling as you did so. There are 27 stabbing motions towards his body. A, you make 15 stabbing actions, and B, you make 12. Audio from the CCTV reveals the screams from members of the public witnessing this attack. Kelyan attempted to defend himself by using his bag. After the attack, you both go down to the lower deck before leaving the bus at the Woolwich Ferry bus stop. Passing police officers were flagged down and made valiant attempts to save Kelyan's life. A HEMS team and paramedics then arrived and did the same. But despite all of those efforts, at 3:23 p.m. that day, Kelyan's life was pronounced extinct. The post-mortem examination showed the fatal wound to be one to the middle of the right thigh that severed his femoral artery. There were 8 stab wounds in total to his chest, left arm and thighs. Examination of the clothing and the bag revealed areas of cut damage consistent with the blows that could be seen on the CCTV footage and Kelyan's efforts to defend himself. Once you left the bus, you ran to the west in the direction of the river. B, you can be seen to discard something into the river, and a later search of the riverbank revealed a machete. For any parent to lose a child is a tragedy. The circumstances of this case are particularly so. No sentence of a court can ever truly reflect the loss of a young life. Kelyan's mother, Marie, read her own statement as part of this sentencing hearing. She spoke in the most moving terms of the loss, the death of her dear son, a life gone in just seconds. She spoke about the dreams and ambitions he had, the obvious love he had for drawing, food, his mother and his family. She spoke about the loss she and close friends have suffered, the shock of what happened, and the pain that she will face in the days and the years ahead. She poses the question that many listening to this will be asking. How can children behave like this, so completely violent and angry? What have the children been exposed to show such behaviour as this? At the end of her statement, she expresses the hope that the two of you will get the help you need before you are released, so that no other mother has to stand in this court where she did to face the two of you again. Sitting here as a judge, it is sadly an all too frequent senseless loss of yet another young life to the horrors of knife crime. In terms of mitigating factors, whilst age determines the start point, I need to consider the level of maturity. In this case, it is very clear that your intentions were to kill, and so no reduction will be made to reflect any lesser intent. As I have already stated, there will be life sentences in each of your cases. Taking as the appropriate start point for the minimum term 17 years, then balancing the very serious and significant aggravating factors identified and making some allowance for maturity, leads to an initial uplift to 22 years and then a reduction down to 19 years, then allowing credit for plea, a minimum term of 15 years 10 months. That may also be expressed as 15 years 300 days. The days on remand number 190, and those days will therefore be deducted from the minimum term. In each of your cases, the sentence will be one of detention during His Majesty's pleasure, with a minimum term of 15 years 110 days. You may go down.
In May 2025, both admitted guilt at the Old Bailey. By July, they were sentenced life behind bars, a minimum of 15 years and 10 months for murder. Knife crime is not just statistics, it's caskets, it's flowers, it's funerals. The whole of Woolwich grieved. A vigil at New Wine Church became a quiet beacon of solidarity, voices raised for change rather than surrender. We want an end to life crime. Let Kelyan's life remind us that life is precious and life is far too short. Kelyan was no abstract statistic. He was an artist, gripper online, who loved to cook, play football, bring joy to those around him. A future road to creating, caring, loving, vanished in the abyss of violence. Knife crime isn't just a London problem, it's a societal wound, but within grief can be resolved. Let us speak up, intervene and act. Kelyan's name must not vanish. Let it be a call for empathy, for policy, for every mother, for every child. So my question to you, what more can we do about knife crime in London? Drop a comment and subscribe for more videos. Thanks for watching.